Hi everybody, my name is Cami Knight. I want to welcome you guys to my YouTube channel. I am a healing coach. I help clients heal from their internal weight. The reason why I am so good at this is because I went on my own personal journey. Because I went on my own personal journey to heal the internal weight, the result of that is my physical weight lost, and I lost over 70 pounds because of it. So I tell a lot of people that have seen my before and after when they say, how did you lose all that weight? And the reality of it is that my physical weight loss was my side effect. And so if you would like to take a 10-day journey, I created this free 10-day journey on my website. So you can go on my website and take the journey with me to figure out maybe what are your the internal weight that you might be carrying. So if you would like to do that, go ahead and join right on my website. So let's get started. So I want to talk about 3 things that could be getting in the way of or rather a delay, what you might think is a delay of receiving or the manifestation of the promise of God or what has been deposited in you. First of all, I want to just share with you whatever has been placed in you, whatever God told you, whatever God has placed inside of you, that thing is true. And that not only that thing is true and that it is meant for it to manifest, that you have the power for it to come into physical fruition. But there are 3 things that I want to share with you that I have learned on the journey that has been rather, I would say maybe a delay or a pause or more clarity to help you understand as to what can bring about that physical manifestation in your life. So let's get started. Number 1, God could be building your character. I can remember when a friend of mine was sharing with me when she was talking about David, how David in the Bible was called to be king, but he was called to be king when he was younger, and there was something that he had to go through to grow through in order to be in that seat and in that position. You ever heard of someone that maybe like won the lottery ticket and they like became a millionaire overnight and they like lost it? And so when I think of these analogies, it makes me think about like sometimes when God placed inside of you is so big. Sometimes what God placed inside of you, God needs to build your character. God was showing me how to close my mouth. I used to feel like I had to save everyone. And so on the journey, I had to learn that I didn't need that savior mentality. I didn't need to save everyone. I recognized that the root of that was rooted in looking for acceptance and looking for that sense of validation. And I was rather disconnected from myself. And so I had to learn over time to listen to my heart, to listen to my intuitive voice. You ain't got to please anybody in who you are. Because at the end of the day, when the mirror turns within self, it's about who you are talking to, who you are being honest with. And I had to recognize that. I was turning my mirror, looking at other people to give me that validation and give me that acceptance. And so even though I naturally have the gift of helping people, I naturally have the gift of empath, what I recognize before, I was very disconnected from myself, and I was looking for that connection from other people and that level of acceptance from other people. And I recognized that there was a disconnect that I had, and that was because it was time for me to turn the mirror within and be connected within my heart. So what might God be building your character in? Okay. Number 2, it could be your fear. Sometimes you can be, I know for me, I was so stuck in, you can be rooted in struggle. And this is hardwired in us for us. Our natural fear, innate ability to learn how to survive is really wired within us. Meaning, so our ancestors very quickly learned how to survive because of their fears. So they learned how to run from tigers and bears. They learned how to survive. Ancient years ago, this is what our ancestors used, that survival tactic, that fear, that mode to stay alive. If they did not have that, we would not be here. But I would say that the block that, or the hindrance sometimes, or the derailing that gets in the way of us seeing truth, of us really actually accepting the good in our lives, is our fear. Fear of failing, or fear of like maybe the past happening again. Sometimes our fears are not our own. Sometimes our fears is because of our family, what our family has feared. The belief of the fears, what our family has carried, and having that attachment and agreement is oftentimes what I was not aware of, and I know that many aren't aware of. And I help clients, my one-on-one coaching, I help you unpack that, and I help you release and really dig deep. I do a lot of we do a lot of workshops together, and we also do a lot of internal healing to release that internal baggage, so that you can step in clarity and step in your authority and step into who you divinely are. So it could be your fear. Sometimes it could be the very thing that you are, when the good is coming toward you, sometimes like you're pushing it away unconsciously because you have been just wired in survival mode for so long. Number 3, it could be that you are in alignment and that reality is catching up with you. It could be that your reality is shifting, and just allowing that process to be in alignment, to come into alignment with you. So you could be in the divine alignment. It's just a matter of allowing a divine timing to come into physical fruition. So I hope that helps. Number 1, building your character. Number 2, it could be your fear. And number 3, it just could be reality catching up to the divine alignment of where you are. These are the 3 things that I have learned what could be the hindrance of allowing physical manifestation to come into fruition, or what could seem like derailing, but it actually is not. But we truly have the power to manifest the things that we desire. You truly have the power to bring about the physical manifestation of what God has told you. You truly have that power, and it's all about alignment. It's all about being aware. It's all about recognizing what are the very things that I might have within me that I could be oftentimes derailing because of my belief patterns. If you would like to do one-on-one coaching with me to help unpack those blocks, to unpack oftentimes that heavy energy or that heavy agreement, I'll be happy to be your coach and do a free one-on-one session. But listen, that's all I have for today. I will see you guys another time this week again, and that's all I got. Happy Wednesday. Bye.